I feel like I'm seeing shit, but hold on. Hold on. Let me turn this motherfucking music down. This better not be what I think it is. This better not be what I motherfucking think it is. It's a fucking mermaid, motherfucker. It's a fucking mermaid. I saw a fucking mermaid. It's a fucking, what the fuck? Okay, I'm seeing shit though. Like, nobody noticed this fucking mermaid in the sea. Like, nobody see this mermaid, bruh. It's a fucking mermaid out there. I heard myths, but I didn't know it was true. This motherfucker out there swimming. Nobody saying nothing. People out there just sitting, looking at him. What the fuck? It's a fucking mermaid, man. It's a fucking mermaid.
When we talk about mermaids, people seem to think of European folklores or Disney fantasies. What if I told you that these water creatures actually exist in real life? In every West Indian culture, there have been many accounts, not only of mermaids interacting with humans, but of mermaids taking human trustees to live with them under the water for long periods of time. On the small island of Haiti, these stories have been passed down from the natives to the African inhabitants and their descendants. Other stories stems from personal encounters and relationships. In Haitian culture, these creatures are known as La Sirène, which translates to the siren or the mermaid. Interestingly, Christopher Columbus said he saw 3 mermaids off the coast of Haiti when he sailed to the Americas in 1493. Mermaid sightings are so common in Haiti that La Sirène have been incorporated as an important Loa in the religion commonly known as Voodoo around the island. In Voodooism, La Sirène is said to be the queen of the ocean and the maritime version of the spirits of love and beauty. This mermaid queen is thought to live in a luxurious palace underwater, but also comes to the surface regularly, where she can be seen by humans. In other mermaid stories, these creatures would take humanoid forms in order to experience life on Earth. Other times, it's to lure men for their own personal agendas. They are said to be really beautiful, with long hair, and are almost irresistible. If a female mermaid takes interest in a man, she will protect him and enrich him with lots of treasures from the sea. Mermaids can be sweet creatures, but they are very jealous, unpredictable, and possessive, which makes them dangerous. They are known to be predators. They are strong and fast, and will get extremely violent if they deem the situation calls for it. Although they prefer not to, they are capable of killing human beings with one single blow. Tell me, have you ever encountered a mermaid? Or heard stories of someone that did? What was it like? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Mystery of History, for more exclusive content.
Did you know that mer beings have been present in folklore throughout the world since practically as long as folklore has been around? With some weird cases of mer beings coming from dark corners of the world, and some coming from places that you may have never heard of. There was an interesting case that was reported by Japanese soldiers from the K Islands of Indonesia in 1943. The K Islands are located in the southeastern part of the Molucca Islands in Indonesia. In 1943, Japanese soldiers stationed with a surveillance team on a small remote island with the K Island chain reported seeing strange creatures in the water that were said to have limbs and a face somewhat similar to human, but a mouth like a carp filled with needle-like teeth. These bizarre creatures were described typically being around 5 feet tall and having pink or salmon colored skin, as well as prominent spikes on their spines and some on their heads, or even their necks and shoulders. Unlike the more classical mermaids, these mermaids were not described as attractive maidens and did not have holy fishtails, but rather possessed 2 long arms and 2 prominent frog-like legs, both of which ended in wicked talons. In one case, 2 of the odd creatures were spotted playing in a lagoon, and another was reportedly seen swimming near a beach in a manner similar to a human doing a breaststroke. One report was told by a startled soldier who recalls seeing one of the creatures on a beach one night. After the soldier had thought it was a child until it turned around and he could see in the moonlight, and its facial features were not quite right. The creature quickly ran headlong into the water upon being seen and did not resurface. They were allegedly able to get around on land to some degree, with another soldier claiming to have seen one running about on the sand at dusk, seeming to be looking for something. However, they were claimed to be most at home in the water, to which they were able to dart and zoom through with ease. Like and follow for more stories.
A mermaid was caught on camera.
Cleo? Is that you? Seriously though, she's been super active in the Philippines recently, and she's not being very discreet. So the original story can be found on TikTok, where this user starts off by saying that they were staying at a resort with family and friends in the Philippines. My interpretation of this has been poorly translated from Google, but I'm going to do my best to try and explain this the best that I can. So these are some of the shots that were taken on the day. They're so pretty. Cleo's got good taste. Everyone was snorkeling, taking pics, living their best lives, when they got home to see this. What kind of fish is that? Cleo, no! But that's not the only pic. She's like creeping on this photo shoot. Again, this is poorly translated from Google, but this is the original part 2 post. I mean, does anyone else think this resembles what we saw in Source's recent live? But from everything we've seen on this page and in these playlists, we know that the chances of mermaids looking like this are very slim, and that this is what we're more likely dealing with. Now looking at this like literally looks exactly the same. Yeah, that's terrifying. What are you doing, Cleo? So, Cleo's just hanging around in the Batangas. I really hope I'm saying that right. The Philippines has a rich history in their folklore of sirens, and this is just some of the most compelling footage, documentation, whatever you want to call it, that I've covered on this page. What do you think?